Hey, everybody, coming to you live and electrified. This is live from the Double R podcast, and we're all sitting around the table. I'm your host, Casey,
I'm your co-host, Noah.
and we got a special guest in the booth today. Kevin's not here, but fear not.
What up, what up?
Oh, you heard it.
Who's
I'm
that?
back.
Who dat?
Guess who's back?
Back again.
JP's back.
Jordan's
Tell a
back.
friend. Yep. All
Tell
right.
All right.
That's good stuff.
If you're not down with JAP,
The clown? Oh.
yeah, you know me.
I thought you were going insane clown posse
Yeah,
for a second.
I was kind of doing a hybrid.
I gotcha.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Jam-packed program.
Yeah.
Talk about episode 15.
Episode 15 of Twin Peaks.
Yeah, what a roller coaster this was.
Yeah.
So we start out this episode with Nadine walking to Big Ed's gas farm,
She's on a mission.
shovel in hand.
She's got places to be. She knows exactly where she's going.
She breaks up with Ed, sets him free.
Big Ed Hurley.
She said she is a selfish bitch. I've been a selfish. Jesus Christ, we'll edit that. I've been such a selfish bitch all these years.
Okay, now this was surprising for me to hear her talk like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I guess I was mistaken. They're still together, or they were still together.
Well, yeah.
Apparently.
A lot of people forget at the end of season 2 when that sandbag hits her in the head, she kind of comes to.
Right.
And Norma is at the house with Ed
And Mike.
and Mike, and Doc Hayward's there, and I think that's the cliffhanger of that. You don't know
Right.
what's going to happen.
Right.
I think just from this series, or this season, I should say, The Return, it just seemed like it was done. Like, because I thought she like lived in her like soundless drape runner store.
Yeah, they never show them together.
Yeah.
She looks pretty self-sufficient there. She's got her smoothies, and she's like always in her office.
Part of me also thought she was maybe with Jacoby.
Jacob.
Well, I think that's maybe what we're going to get to. If she's leaving Ed or telling Ed you're free, maybe she's going to go for Dr. Amp now. And you can just tell Big Ed's like, have you been watching the Dr. Amp, the Jacoby's program again?
Yeah, he doesn't approve.
No. But Big Ed, I think, has been so loyal over these years. I think he does legitimately love Nadine, but
Yep.
it's true love.
Yeah, he decided, when they were young to marry her, and he stayed true to her.
Mm-hmm. You big lug.
Yeah, so this is huge.
Yeah, so we go to the Double R Diner, and
Yep, he walks in.
he walks in and tells Norma that I've been set free from Nadine, and
Let's do this.
That's when that fuckhead.
He gets cucked.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
By Walter.
I just backtracking real quick. I loved his entrance into the double
yeah.
R. He just like
He's strutting in. He's
strutting in. He waves.
That wave
Yeah.
is maybe a top 5 wave of all time.
Amazing.
I didn't know he could show that much emotion.
Yeah, that dude is really projecting the spirit of Big Ed from the original series into this season. You know what I mean?
agree. Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. And
Like
so,
you look at him, he's like, that's Big Ed, no doubt.
And how good is the music when he's walking into it?
I wish I wrote that down. I have this 2-page thing of notes today. I forgot to write down what song was playing when he walks in.
Otis Redding, a live version of it, which was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
made it pretty. You just could not help but really focus on that.
I almost thought some live performance was going to be happening
Yeah,
with the Double R.
Totally.
But I don't see a lot of space here in this diner for live music.
No, no.
That's all right.
Yeah.
After Norma tells him that Walter is on the way, and she informs Walter that she is exercising her option to be bought out.
And thank goodness.
Yeah, it's been wearing her thin. We've only seen her in the show practically in this season, crunching numbers
Yeah.
on her phone.
Cooking
She
the books.
looks stressed.
Yeah. And thus breaking up with him business-wise, but also breaking up with him in their personal lives, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah,
He says,
he sucks.
for the record. Or maybe he says off the record or for the record.
For the record.
You're going to regret this decision or something like
Yeah.
that. It's like, all right, well, fuck you.
Yeah,
bitch.
she don't care.
I think that back and forth because he walks in. Sorry, I'm coming back. I was looking up something. The name
You're
of the
good,
song.
dude.
The name of the song is "I've Been Loving You Too Long."
Thank you.
Too long.
And when it's cutting back and forth between Big Ed and her conversation with him, and the music keeps coming back in, like when they're looking at Big Ed with his eyes closed and wishing he was taking a cyanide pill.
Yeah, he says he would like a coffee and a cyanide tablet.
Yes.
I thought that was cool.
That
That was
was-
maybe one of the cooler parts of the series so far for me.
Yeah, and you just see the hand slowly creep on.
Yeah.
Big Ed, and it's Norma, and he says, "Marry me," and she says, "Of course."
She trolled him.
A little bit, but I also think that she was just hanging with Walter, and then realized that Big Ed's the shit.
Yeah.
He's got
Sorry,
his own
that-
gas farm.
That dude's name is Walter?
Yeah.
God, of course it is. He
Something
seems
weird.
like
Felt like a Walter
he
to
just
you?
seems like a Walter, like this dweeb guy who's like, but Norma, you gotta change the recipe. My name's Walter.
Come into this corporate life with me.
And she was like, nah, I'm good.
Nah, playa.
Nah. So this is great.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of if anyone's complaining about not getting enough of the older characters from the original run, I think you have a nice finish to that
Yeah.
plot between those two.
Very satisfying.
It wasn't necessarily a main plot to the original series, but it was always charming, and
Yeah.
you always wanted the best for those two characters.
Yep.
and-
If any two characters deserve to have their plot lines tied up this way, I'd say it's Big Ed, Hurley, and Norma Jennings.
yeah. Well, it'll be Norma Hurley.
Oh, they're getting married.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
Or
Love it.
Big Ed Jennings.
That's true.
It's
That's
2017,
True.
so-
That
Yeah,
could be
right.
progressive.
Yes.
And you're also happy for Nadine, because that was
Yeah.
Ed's whole dilemma. Is he never wanted to let her down, because I
Yep.
think he was so loyal and true to her.
But she had been walking for long enough to know she wanted to go through
And
it.
he
Could have
said-
turned back at any time.
Yeah, and he says you're going to wake up tomorrow regretting this, and
Yeah.
nope, she's going off to make videos.
Shovel herself out of the shit.
Yep,
Yeah.
and make videos with Dr. Amp.
So happy about this we are.
Yeah, it brought audible applause at our viewing party.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We transition to dark woods, driving on the highway.
Driving on the highway.
Mr. C, the convenience
Yeah,
store.
where's he going? Convenience store. He found it.
He found it.
He knows how to get
convenient.
there.
What's that?
How convenient.
How convenient.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's greeted by one of the woodsmen. They walk above the convenience store and disappear into some woods, and then go into God knows where. But there's some interesting things about this whole sequence here.
Oh, I'd say.
So when he initially enters, sees one of the woodsmen, switches a
Sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
Basically like a little like a guardian he has to pass by.
he's looking for Philip Jeffries.
A troll.
And when he pulls that lever, whatever he does, we see the dancing man, I believe they're credited as.
Jumping man. or
Jumping
something like
man,
that?
yeah. The one in the red suit with the long white nose face.
Yep.
And there's been a little bit of investigation by the nerd Reddit Twitter community
Yeah.
that if you slow down that face, it looks a lot like Sarah Palmer.
Sarah Palmer.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yes. There's very good screen caps where it's
Okay.
definitely.
Have you seen one of these screen captures?
I have.
So you can confirm.
I can confirm. I can't even deny. I can
Wow.
confirm.
You have no choice but to confirm.
No choice.
No choice. Okay.
Nope.
Great.
It's not a confirm nor deny. I can just straight up confirm. It
All right.
looks
So
up.
maybe the jumping man is somehow linked with
Sarah.
Sarah in the real world.
Yep. And
Okay.
we get to the parking lot of what looks like a motel. Mm-hmm. And Cooper is greeted by some lady that
Yeah. She walks up on him.
and says, "I'll unlock the door for you."
Yeah. That was very scary.
Yeah, and one thing of note is that this motel parking lot is the same one as the motel that Teresa Banks, Laura Palmer, and Ronette Pulaski are in. Fire
In
Walk with
Fire
Me.
Walk with Me.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's intentional, but it's literally the same parking lot, the same type of
Yeah.
motel.
I mean, it's
Shit.
got to be intentional.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
They're not just David Lynch doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that's just like, oh, let's do this out of convenience. Like, oh, we know this spot. Nobody's gonna realize it's the same place. Like, obviously, there's got to be some tie there, right?
Jordan, I think you're right, man.
I think I like where you're going
I feel
with
good
this.
I like where you're going with that.
Thanks.
So they go to room number 8, right?
Is that what that was?
I think it was, and it's the only one with the light on.
Okay. So he walks in. Philip Jeffries is apparently now a little teapot.
Short and stout.
This is the third sort of shape of this kind of like mechanism.
Yeah.
It's like a weird bell thing, but this one's got like a arm on it.
Do you guys think that because we saw this like in that kind of purplish room
Yep.
with the giant, right, and like the woman with her eyes sewn shut before, and then we also saw it when it was Dale Cooper like went on the roof, right? Was
Yep.
that another time that we saw it? Is
Yeah.
that sounding familiar?
Yeah,
and then she
right.
touched the thing and she like blew away into like
Yeah.
whatever universe. Do you think there's always been like some sort of person in there?
Oh, I don't know.
Like in those little teapot, I don't know.
Oh,
what
like
we
a
wanna
Jeff-
call it. Like some sort of like a Philip type Jeffries type person.
Yeah, that's a great question, and I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't confirm nor deny
But
this time.
he has this conversation with Philip Jeffries.
Yeah, and number one, he says, he asks him, why did you send Ray to kill me? Like, I called him. He's like, so you did. And we find out that never had his number. Jeffries never had Cooper's number.
Okay.
Cooper then references the time in 1989 at the Philadelphia FBI offices. That's where Jeffries thinks that, oh, so you are Cooper. And gives out the little numbers, what appear to be maybe the same coordinates.
Coordinates or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to Twin Peaks that Albert and Diane and Cole all have.
Yep.
The one thing that comes up is, why didn't you want to talk about Judy that day?
He really wants to know.
He really wants to know that, and
And he says,
you know who Judy is.
You've already met Judy.
What do you mean I've already met Judy?
It's crazy to see Evil Coop on the opposite end of this. You know, he's like, he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, and you figure if he has Bob inside of him, that
Yeah.
he probably knows everything about this fucked up.
But I don't think he does anymore. I think they took Bob out of him.
You think?
Well, remember the Woodsman when they swarmed on him? They
Oh,
kind of like
yeah.
pulled it out of him.
It's a good theory.
Yeah.
So this is just in effect still a doppelganger, the evil half.
Hard to say.
Kind of is, huh?
Yeah.
But I think when Jeffrey says you've already met Judy, and the phone starts ringing and basically teleports Mr. C back out to the real
Back
world.
outside. Yeah.
I think that was a sign like, I don't think you're actually Cooper,
Oh.
because the real Cooper would know
Right.
who Judy is.
Oh, okay.
So
And
begs the question. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's all right.
Maybe you were going here. So Philip Jeffries, good, bad. Like what is his role? Like, I mean, I
Good,
don't have
bad,
an answer.
ugly.
It's hard to tell.
Attractive?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's hard to tell if he's a good guy, a bad guy. But
yeah. I mean, he's in cahoots with the Woodsman.
But are the Woodsmen like guaranteed bad?
But maybe they're
beings?
just sort of holding him in this.
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say they're bad considering they're like
I would-
crushing skulls and stuff.
I
but-
would stamp this scene inconclusive.
exactly. But I have done the work.
Oh.
yoy.
I know who Judy is.
Of course you
Oh.
have. Hit us with it.
So Judy, first name, last
Yep.
name Swain. Judy Swain.
Okay.
Occupation, case manager. First appearance, season 2, episode 19, played by Molly Shannon.
What?
She's the case manager of like child services for Little Nicky.
What?
The movie Little Nicky with
No,
Billy Madison.
that's a fine movie though, right?
That's fine.
I don't know.
Little Nicky is the kid that Dick Tremaine
Oh,
has.
okay. Yeah.
And Judy Swain, I'll just show you a picture.
But do you
Do
think?
you remember this actress?
Yeah.
SNL?
Oh
Bad-
yeah, for
bad
sure.
radio here,
I
but-
don't remember her appearing on the show, but are you
I
going
think-
as far as to say that this is the Judy that they
I
are
think this is
speaking
the
of?
Judy.
I've heard also that there is a Judy character that was going to be Josie's sister. And we talked about this many episodes ago, that actress who played Josie wrote a letter to David Lynch in character of Josie, referring to her sister Judy. Have you heard of this?
I have not.
I
Okay.
have it.
All right. These are all very, very shaky theories we have.
right.
So
right.
I will say this though, the one about Judy Swain that
Yeah.
because Noah brought this up to me a couple days ago. I wasn't sold. I mean, like maybe this is just me being like I don't know, like a pessimist or something like that, or
You're a little
just like
skeptical.
a little skeptical. I don't like you're gonna take like maybe one of the most insignificant characters from season 1.
Well,
Did Cooper
seasons.
interact with her?
I don't remember,
Okay.
but probably.
Maybe.
I mean, they're in the sheriff's office,
Oh.
I guess.
and
But what would Dick Tremaine like that? Like this is gonna be our like, you know what do you kind of understand what
maybe
I'm saying? Like
you know Red.
who?
Red. He is the magician that Shelley Johnson or Shelley Briggs is seeing.
Oh yeah.
What if that's Little Nicky? Growing up.
So she's a cradle robber, is what you're saying? Because how old was little Nicky when she was 18?
True.
Like 6 or 7. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, the older you get, it's not a bigger deal.
Right. Right. I don't know. I'm just
What?
just
If he was? Wait.
I'm throwing pizza at the
Hold
wall
on,
here.
hold
You
on.
are.
You want to talk about magicians really quick? What about, and Shelley Briggs being a potential cradle robber, what about like the old grandma from Happy Gilmore? Didn't she have like, wasn't her grandson a magician?
Yeah.
David Lynch's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, have you guys talked about this?
Maybe.
Maybe. But I like talking about it.
That would be crazy. I would.
What? If that's red?
If that was, yeah.
Red Tremond or Red
Oh.
Chalfont.
Yeah.
Because like maybe that would explain like because that the kid was doing some like David Blaine type shit, but like not like
He's like, hey, you want to see a magic trick?
He's wearing a little tuxedo. and-
exactly.
yeah. He made the cream corn disappear.
But kind of like Red. Like Red does magic where you're like, dude,
Yeah.
like that's not even magic. That's like Harry Potter.
He
know what-
turns
do
the
you know
cream
what-
corn into orange soda or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Who likes orange soda?
Oh yeah. Do you know what the
Kellogg's
actor
orange soda,
who
to answer
plays
the
Red's name is?
I don't off the top of my head. I'm like,
Balthazar.
That's right.
Getty.
Yeah.
What a sick name.
His name is Balthazar Getty.
Yeah.
Damn.
Images official. So after this, Cooper gets outside and immediately gets introduced to Richard Horn.
He
Holding
followed him.
Yep, he followed him.
What was he seeing this whole time? You know?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
did he pull up and see the convenience store and then see him just like appear holding a telephone? You know what I mean?
It's a good question. I mean, if this kid, Richard's tangled up with guys like Ray, and Ray knows all about Cooper, maybe
Yeah.
he knows that Cooper's not fully human.
On
But,
board, if you will.
right. The stairs not reaching the attic, as Jerry Horn once said.
Right.
But I don't think it works in this context. He holds the gun at him, and this is where Mr. C spits on the ground as a distraction, and then
Takes him out.
takes him out.
Yeah.
Maybe the most brilliant distraction move you could ever come up with.
If I'm ever about to get into a fight and somebody's holding me up at gunpoint, I'm just gonna spit on the ground.
Hock a loogie, and then
Don't
go for
ever
it.
don't ever threaten me again. Just makes him get in the car.
It was sick when he was like kicking him in the stomach and stuff.
Yeah, I mean
That
he
was
deserves
great.
it.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
weird because the last few episodes you've kind of rooted for Mr. C.
Yeah.
And when he's doing the arm wrestling and he punched that dude's face in.
Yep.
But so we find out that Richard's mom kept a picture. He knows he's FBI. His name is Cooper. His mom is, as we all guessed it,
Audrey Horn.
that is correct. That is correct. So
That is correct. So he lets him in the truck. It's like, hey, get in. We're going to talk about it as we drive.
yes, and before that happens, he sends a text saying
right.
Las Vegas ?
Which is the same incoming message that Diane got in the hotel lobby.
yes, and it's also it leads to a question: was that going to perhaps Chantel and Hutch as well? Because later in the episode, we'll get to it. We see some action in Las Vegas
Yes.
concerning Chantel and Hutch.
Yep.
But
They're very concerned.
I'm kind of with the Diane thing, and the whole timeline of this whole show has been kind of fucked up from the start anyway.
Right. Yep.
I guess my initial thought was that it went to Chantel and not
Yeah.
like I mean initially I thought it was going to Diane, then I realized I saw what happened with Chantel in Vegas. But like, yeah, Diane definitely did receive that text.
Yeah, and well, that happens a little bit later in the episode where we have Chantel and Hutch kind of hanging around, doing no good. But next scene is a character named Cyril
Cyril.
walking his dog. Do you know who Cyril was played by?
I do.
Do you?
But I kind of want to know if Jordan knows.
He's an older guy.
Yeah.
walking
Yep.
his
He's
dog.
like, it's like really chilly. He's like, like to the touch.
Been involved with Twin Peaks since the start.
Almost like, like when in the winter time, like on the ground.
Jack Frost.
Yes,
Very
but
close.
what is another name for Jack?
John. John Frost. Jon Snow.
No.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Jon Snow.
Jon
we
Snow.
got it. Here
Yep,
you go.
we got
Bring
Jon
it
Snow.
on.
It's Mark Frost.
It's Mark Frost,
It's another name.
creator
for-
of the show.
Yeah, that's him. I recognized him right away.
Did you really?
Yes.
I didn't.
Because I got to meet him in person a little
wow.
over a year ago.
Yeah.
Nice. Must be
When he
nice.
was doing the book
Yep.
thing. That's
Yeah,
cool.
he's a cool dude. He's a big Vikings fan.
Really?
Yep.
Is he from Minnesota?
I don't know
Or
if
is
he
it
was,
just the frost in the winter?
I don't know if he was born here or not, but his dad, who played Doc Hayward, Warren Frost, rest in peace. I believe they did some work at the University of Minnesota and the Guthrie Theater. So Mark said he spent a lot of time in Minnesota.
They did work at the University of Minnesota,
Yeah.
like the hospital. Doc Hayward.
I think in the fake hospital in the theater program, but
He
You
wasn't
know.
actually a doctor.
I don't think so. Was he a doctor in Seinfeld?
No, he was Susan's father.
Yeah,
yeah.
but was he a doctor?
I don't. I think he was a lawyer who built cabins and then proceeded to have his cabin burnt down.
Oh, that's
and then
right.
The notes. Do you guys remember the notes that his lover left him? I'm pretty sure I'm right here. Do you guys not remember?
I don't
this?
remember
Okay,
this.
Just quick.
And I love
sidetrack.
Seinfeld.
That's Susan's dad
I'm-
had notes from his.
Okay, so because wasn't Susan's parents? It was Sarah Palmer
Yeah.
and Doc
Yep.
Hayward.
Yep.
They're not those characters, but obviously the actor and actress. And so Kramer and George and Susan, like they're gonna go to their cabin,
Oh, it's the cigars, isn't
and
it?
Kramer leaves the cigar lit in the cabin, and the cabin burns down.
Oh, yeah.
And then the first time George meets her parents, they have to tell them that the cabin burnt down, and Doc Hayward, Susan's dad, is like really shook up about it, and you're like, I understand your cabin just burnt down. Like I understand why you'd be pissed. And Susan's mom is just laughing her ass off the whole time because she's wasted. But what you find out later in the episode is that there's this box of like just things like notes, and they start reading it in the apartment, and it's love letters from Susan's dad's male lover.
Oh,
And he says he loved me more than any of you ever could, or something like that.
I'm remembering this now.
Yeah. So
Let's just stop this and go watch some Seinfeld.
yeah. Giddy up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into it. I love Seinfeld, and I'm excited for the new season of Curb.
Hey, October.
Yeah, October 1st.
It's pretty good timing because Showtime or Twin Peaks ends. I had granted we have like a month in between, but
Yeah.
it'd be tough if those interfered with one another.
Yeah.
For
Should we
me,
do
at
a
least.
show called Live from the
live from
Larry's house?
the coffee shop,
Alabas Chicken?
the Palestinian chicken.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be
It's called
fantastic.
Alabas.
Let's do it.
Or wherever he gets his chicken
What was,
teriyaki.
what was the restaurant that he
teriyaki.
invested in called?
I don't remember the name of it.
That's what it would be called.
It's like a French name, wasn't it?
It was
Like Boudreaux's or something
yeah.
like that.
You car wash. I don't want to say.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
So anyway, we see Cyril walk through the woods,
Yep.
played by Mark Frost, and this is where
Wouldn't
we
it
see
be great to have those hiking trails just out your front door?
Wouldn't be bad.
Okay.
Would be nice.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
wouldn't be that slouch by any means. But this is where we see Steven and Donna Hayward's sister, Kirsten.
Kirsten?
Yeah,
What the hell is-
Kirsten.
Yeah, that's her name.
I didn't know her name. It just is a repulsive.
I think I called her Gershwin the first time I said her name.
very eloquent.
Gersten.
Continue. I
Kirsten.
digress. Sorry.
But it's sort of vague. We don't know. Steven did something. Did he killed someone maybe? He's so fucked up on what is
so
probably
fucked up.
heroin,
Or
cocaine.
whatever Red is dealing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And he just kept saying, I did it. And Donna's sister would just say, no, she did it. And
Yeah.
seems like he's about to OD and die on his own. And before he puts the bullet in, they get scared by Cyril walking.
Mr. Frost himself.
Yeah, walking
Yeah.
the dog. And
She
Donna's
runs,
sister runs away.
she just runs behind the big
yeah,
tree.
I don't understand. Like, why? I mean, I guess I've
Yeah.
never been fucked up like that, but
You don't know what you're missing. That was
Yeah.
a joke. Everybody, relax.
telling mom.
And then you hear a gunshot.
Which are we assuming that Steven is
We're hoping.
hoping?
Yeah.
Okay, we're
The,
hoping.
the way he's rubbing his leg. Sorry, I just want to dive into this
Yeah.
one really quick.
Yeah.
So, kind of an intense scene. I mean,
Very
like,
intense.
Classic like Twin Peaks, I guess for me. I don't want to say classic Lynch because I've only seen this and Fire Walk with Me, but from what I can tell, classic Lynch, where it's just like this like incessant thing that is like kind of annoying, and the way he's like rubbing his leg over and over and over again. I don't know.
He's tweaking.
I mean, he was
shook.
really
That-
like portrayed very well. Like you felt fucked up. Like you were
Totally.
like, God damn, like my
the-
life's
yeah.
over.
The only thing I could think when that was happening was like he was directed to just like rub his leg intensely.
Do you think that's what the direction was?
Totally.
Like literally said, rub the shit out of your leg.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you brought up something I want to touch on. Last episode, I said basically the same thing. I haven't seen many David Lynch movies.
Yeah.
And I think what I said was I can't take them or something like that.
Yeah, can't do it.
I need to, yes.
Can't
I need to
handle 'em.
clarify. Yeah, they're too like dark and scary for me. It's not that I like don't like them, don't like appreciate the style.
Yeah.
But
This is-
I don't have the fortitude for it.
I know, I agree. I mean, I've only seen Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And this might get a little controversial if you
Okay.
guys are not afraid of this or not. But so, do you know those like moments where like in the show like things just drag on like super super long, and inside you're
do.
just kind of like, dude, let's
to
get
the
it
next
going.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And like I feel
Wrap
like
it up,
when you
B.
hear this, like everybody's like, oh no, that's just classic Lynch though. Like that's just classic David Lynch. Launch, right? Is that what
Launch,
you guys
yeah.
call him? I listen.
That's the proper pronunciation.
Okay. And my response is always like, okay, that's fine. It's still really shitty. Like, I don't want to watch that. Like, it's just not entertaining. So,
Yeah. I mean, there's an element of truth to that. I mean, hell, in the end of the second season with the bank guy.
the dude, he was literally walking. I mean, you have this
It was a
whole-
3-minute scene.
It's incredible. And like or even in this season with like the sweeping.
Yeah.
Like
Sweeping was great.
I thought it was hilarious.
That's fine, but do you
I hear
understand
what
what
you're
I'm
saying,
saying?
and sometimes it works better than other
Yeah,
times.
yeah. No, I agree. Or I
don't
guess
know
I don't
that-
need to get into it.
Yeah.
It's just,
All this Audrey Horne stuff that's been happening. the
That's
last-
what I
like,
was gonna
that
say,
is-
yeah.
I can't.
I mean, it's stuff that drags on that like sometimes you're right. I think it does fit really well when you're like, this is crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like fits really well with the, what's going on. But then there's times when it bothers me.
Sure.
And that was talking controversy
And that is your right as
Yeah.
a viewer, Jordan.
and a human being.
But everyone
I-
else has their right to come at you and put you
Hey,
on
hey,
blast.
Hey,
Man,
don't at me.
hit him up.
Your imagination is going to be.
Put this dude on blast.
But Cyril goes back to Carl to
Yep.
tell him that the guy in that trailer, and it's kind of vague again, but I'm
Carl's
assuming
looking at his trailer. He's
Yeah.
kind of like connecting the dots.
there's the hole in the window, and hopefully Becky's still alive and all that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you hope. You
I
hope.
do. I'm rooting for Becky.
Hell yeah.
How can you not?
How can you not?
Yeah, I mean she's Shelley's daughter, so and Bobby's daughter.
Right. My favorite character.
I mean, you don't want anything bad happen to Bobby. So
No.
No, Bobby's the GOAT right now.
He's the gut right now.
Right now, he's the greatest of all time. This is where we transition to what I thought was an early end of the episode, but it's just our old pal, the MC, Sharp Dressed Man, next on the Roadhouse playlist, cranks it up.
Yeah. Okay. What did the meter say? Was it volume or?
I think it was volume, and I don't know if they were saying volume like volume of the music that's about to be played or the volume of the
Of
audience.
you guys going
Yeah.
crazy, but they're going nuts for it.
J.R. Star is the MC's
Okay.
like character's name.
Yeah, he announces Sharp Dressed Man.
Junior Star or J.R. Star?
turns that dial up to red and
Cranks that shit up.
and he does a little dance himself before
Yeah.
getting off stage. That is fucking awesome.
I love this scene. I mean, that's the last thing, because last episode, and we're going to get to this today, but we all talked about what would be interesting music live performances at the Roadhouse.
Yes.
And when I was going through this list in my mind and making a rough draft playlist, ZZ Top was the last fucking thing.
But it totally worked,
It totally did. I'd love to see those bearded twats in
Dude,
there.
I think anything could work, and we're gonna find. I mean, we're gonna see our
Yeah.
playlist, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of things could work.
Were you guys at any moment thinking like, ZZ Top was about to walk up on that
Yes.
stage. Like I was,
100%.
my initial reaction was like, no. How did they get ZZ Top? Like, I mean,
Well-
they could have gotten ZZ Top.
I definitely thought they were coming on, and then the thought crossed my head, like, do I know that they're friends in real life? Like,
Right.
Like Lynch is friends with Billy Gibbons. Is that his name?
And Moby.
And Moby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moby.
But that would have been sick if they were on stage.
That would-
Actually, it's kind of cooler that they're just playing music
You're
and
right.
announcing it.
Kinda
Yeah,
is.
it's just a
Yeah.
DJ night, but with this dude.
This
With
dude.
J.R.
the,
Starr.
Yeah, J.R. Star
Yeah.
emceeing between tracks.
Right.
I love it.
And then Jimmy Hurley comes
Comes in.
waltzing in.
What a fucking punk. Hey,
a-
hey, Renee.
What an idiot!
Do you have a
He's
death-
like 15 feet away from their
I
table.
think that's
Yeah.
what's so great about it too. Is like doesn't it just kind of cut to him? Like maybe I was looking down at my phone, but does it just cut to James Hurley saying, "Hey Renee"? Or,
pretty much.
did it
Like they
show him
walk
walk-
in, they like spot the booth.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Renee, just want to say hello. And it's like the way that Kevin mocks Moby. Was
Yeah.
the way he was talking.
Yeah.
Do you have a death wish? I was just trying to be polite. Just say hello. And James takes kind of an ass whooping.
Huge ass whooping.
How does he not bleed at all? Like he's getting punched quite a bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't see any blood.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's going to be kind of bruised the next day. But
He might be a little sore.
Sure.
I have to say, my favorite part of the episode.
Yeah.
Oi, you better stop this. That glove punch
Yeah.
is vicious.
Yes.
My goodness.
And it was almost like, did it do more than just like blunt trauma to their heads? Because like they're fucked up.
I mean,
yeah,
there's
they're
some
foaming
crazy
at the
shit,
mouth
yeah.
and their eyes. James Hurley says their eyes don't look right, man, or something like that.
he would not be able to just get up and like start talking about that shit. He got pounded.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he got his ass
almost
whooped.
as bad as
unless he. We still don't know what happened at that room he found in the basement.
Oh.
Of,
Oh,
maybe
you think
maybe
he
he's got some powers
he's
now
got
where he can
super
take an ass
shield power?
kicking. But,
Yeah.
but he's probably taken an ass
What a-
kicking his whole
yeah.
life. that
What a
he's just used to
perfect
it.
superpower for James Hurley. Like he gets, I mean, if you get a superpower bestowed upon you, like you're pretty lucky and
Mm-hmm.
you hope it's something sick, like I can fly or I have super strength. James Hurley for sure is the kind of guy that would get the superpower of, yeah, I can get my ass whooped without getting that hurt.
True.
So he's
Is
got like a weak version of Wolverine's healing powers.
Yeah. Yep.
No, but he can't I guess. But
He can't fight
like,
back.
But he's like, no, yeah, beat the shit out of me. I dare you. You can't.
But I've got this friend with a pile driver like punch with fucking dish soap on his hand. You know?
It's nice to finally see some justice happening at the Roadhouse.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know?
It just seems like there's drugs and sex flying around everywhere
Yeah.
and just shitty dudes
And rock and roll.
Yeah, but
Sex.
Freddy.
Freddie.
Maybe my favorite new character.
Oh yeah. I hope there's a spin-off of Freddy. If
Like
Twin
a sh-
Peaks doesn't happen, I want to see a Freddy prequel of him.
That would be
and like going to
sweet.
visit the giant, the fireman, whatever, and then going to Twin Peaks for a second, and then his life after Twin Peaks with this glove.
What if it was like not a David Lynch show though? It was like a show on like the CW or something, and it like has like a little comedy aspect to it.
It's like Mr. British Glove Man.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Oi.
You better stop this. What's so funny is our impersonations of him are so bad, but that's what this kid is known for on YouTube is impersonating
Really?
so many. Yeah,
I've seen
it. That's him.
it is him.
It's him.
No shit.
He mimics like every language possible. It's incredible.
Wow. How did he figure out which one to do for the show?
That might
You know?
just actually be his accent with maybe some exaggeration to it.
Wow.
It's-
I did not know that, Noah.
It's incredible. That's my impersonation of Freddy doing an impersonation.
This bloke, he stops me and says, "You gotta go to Twin Peaks and buy a fucking glove." That was horrible.
That was pretty good.
Not as good as
Not.
my.
What happened next?
One of our other new favorite characters, the Las Vegas FBI department.
Oh,
Yes.
great scene.
Douglas Jones and his kids.
Kids.
Are here. It's not the right Douglas Jones.
I love that the dude just takes off. He's like, oh shit, I fucked up. I'm out.
It was awesome. That was a great scene because as they're walking down the hall, you think like, oh, they found him.
Yeah.
He says kids. We figure out that they've got the wrong people
Right
before
away.
they open the door. Because he obviously
Yeah.
he only
He
has
has
one kid.
one kid.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
I love this dude.
I love Randall Headley. That's
Randall Headley?
Yeah.
Agent Headley?
Character name or
That. Yep.
Dude is, that dude is elite
Very, very elite.
as far as Twin Peaks characters go.
Yeah, I just imagine him being the kind of dude that would sit in his office at the Las Vegas FBI headquarters and he'd listen to our playlist.
For sure.
Should we get into that right
Let's
now?
do it,
We're
yeah.
about halfway through the episode.
Oh, absolutely.
So for those who don't remember or care, last week we discussed what 5 groups / songs would fit well at the Roadhouse.
Yep.
Maybe these don't fit well. Maybe they're hilarious. Maybe they're dead serious.
Yeah.
But since Jordan is here this week, we have 20 songs. And we made a playlist that you should be able to find on Apple Music. I don't have Spotify because I'm not a fucking jabroni.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Apple Music's so slick.
Dude, I do like Apple Music. It's good.
It is
But,
really good.
but I'm a Spotify man.
That's all right. I like Spotify too. I did the trial, but I just like the way Apple works better.
Apple is tight.
So I'm going to start out. Should we do like a round robin style?
Let's go through
yeah,
it.
let's do it.
Okay.
Do you? Never mind. Well, just go for it.
Okay. So my first song, I chose, and this was hard because you all saw my rough draft was like 4 hours long, and coming down, narrowing it down to 5 songs was incredibly difficult. So I start out the playlist. And for any of those who find this on Apple Music, it is just called Live from the RR Podcast dash Roadhouse Wish List.
You should be able to link it somewhere too. Probably.
Yeah, I'll put it on our Facebook. I'll link it on our Instagram, Twitter.
Great idea.
My first
Jordan.
song is
Thanks.
a title called Pure Morning by the group Placebo.
Placebo
Right here.
from the UK.
Yep.
Oi.
They are
Sorry.
British, but also fluent in French.
Ooh.
Didn't
Didn't
know
Fun
that.
fact.
Yeah, Golden Shower.
I think the aesthetic of this band would. Wow. Okay. I think the aesthetic of this band would fit the show very well. I think this song is very cool as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's the style of this song? It's for people that don't know off the top of their head.
Placebo has such a wide variety of genre titles given to them, but one thing I've heard them be called is like modern glam rock.
Sure.
Not in the sense of like Motley Crue or something like that, but
to play it.
we can try to play it. I mean, I've got it here.
We can kind of like.
Do you have your dongle?
Keep talking.
I don't have my dongle. Are you talking about the
I've got
the converter?
Oh yeah.
So Pure Morning by Placebo would be my first pick. I really wanted to use the track Without You, I'm Nothing, which features David Bowie as a guest. But stylistically, I didn't think the track fit. Pure Morning is kind of about drugs, and it just seems, I can see the strobe lights flashing when these guys play, and I think the actual look of this band would be very fitting as well.
Yes, that's a huge portion of it.
Yeah, I took that into consideration for sure. So, moving on, Jordan, what would be your first song here? That's song 1 out of 20.
The first song for me that I had on here was a song called "Dim the Lights."
Which you put on this list over the weekend, and I fucking love this song.
It's okay. So, fun fact about this song and my relationship with it is there is none. I was literally going through my iTunes.
Oh, really?
And I was like just trying to stream songs and see which ones maybe would fit. And I played this song, and it fit, I think, extremely well. It's like that perfect. It's by the Wild Ones. It's called "Dim the Lights" by the Wild Ones, or just Wild Ones. And it's like that perfect mixture of like dark, kind of like dream pop, female singer.
Yeah.
You know, and as far as like content goes, it's not anything that I can speak to too strongly because I mean, like I said, I just found the song in my iTunes.
Well, it really reminds me of the first Chromatics track that we heard on the show. What is it? Shadow.
Shadows.
Yeah, it really reminds me of that.
And that's kind of what you'll see for a majority of my songs. It's kind of fitting into that mold of kind of like that. It's hard to, but like a slower upbeat song, if
Yep.
that makes sense.
I think the vocals are really cool.
Slower upbeat.
Yeah, a little-
That sounds like a contradiction to me.
It is a contradiction, but it's one that works very well.
Sure.
Casey, what is your first song?
Let's see. What do I got on here? I had a harder time. You were saying you had a hard time narrowing it down. I had a hard time really finding stuff that fits sort of the thing that we're going for here. But my first song would be a song by a band called Warrant called Cherry Pie. And I think thematically this
That's
would
very
be
fitting.
very appropriate because we all know how important to the show Cherry Pie is.
But you know what? Fuck it. I could see him playing the Roadhouse.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
of course. If Sharp Dressed Man is such a hit,
Yeah,
just
why
imagine
can't
that.
Cherry Pie-
What I think is great about this too is like when I saw it on there, I was just like Cherry Pie. I just think it's a funny song, like in general. Like it's not one that I would like. Like I get home from work, I like loosen my tie a little bit, throw
Yeah.
this on my record player, and pour like a thing of scotch. Like this isn't something.
Yeah.
that
It's a little bit played out, but
I didn't. I'm an idiot and didn't realize the connection of the song titled "Cherry Pie" to Twin Peaks, and it took me like 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. So I'm on board with Cherry Pie for sure.
yes.
So maybe we'll have to just kind of rapid fire here,
Yeah,
just
let's
because
do
the
it.
segment could be forever. But I'll read Kevin's. His first track was "Baby Did a Bad Thing" by Chris Isaac, who you all
Oh.
may remember as Agent Chet Desmond.
Very fitting.
The track is very cool. I like Chris Isaac a lot. My second track I chose is a Minnesota-based group called The Blind Shake, and the song is called "I'm Not an Animal."
Shout out to Blind Shake.
Yeah, and another thing I kind of realized after I put the song on, David Lynch he directed The Elephant Man, and the famous line from that is "I'm not an animal."
Hey.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Noah. Wow. How thoughtful.
That's my first Lynch movie I saw when I was 10 years old.
Really?
And
Did
it's
just destroy you?
It's really sad. It's really, really
The
sad.
Elephant Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the guy that.
I just,
Disformed.
he has his face looks like an elephant,
okay. I was just
basically.
making sure. Yeah.
It's he was late
Grotesque
18.
a little bit.
Yep. Jordan, what's your second track?
Second song for me is it's by a band called Always, spelled Alvvays. Kind of a cool, hip, trendy way
Yep,
of spelling
like
Always.
waves and all that,
Exactly.
yeah.
Sounds a little bit millennial to me.
It is. It is very millennial, and it's very. And the song title is called Dives, sticking kind of on that theme of dream pop type culture, if you will, with a female singer.
Very nice.
I think fits in really well. Like starts off kind of sounding darkish. It opens up with these little keyboards that sound very Twin Peaksy to me. And
Yeah,
I think
it's
Yeah.
a good track.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Thanks, man.
Casers.
My
what-
third one was
second one.
my second one is The New Year by Azure. This when I saw Au revoir
Au
revoir Simone on it,
Au revoir, Simone.
I immediately thought of Azure. They're sort of like one of my
Good
favorite,
call. Yeah.
favorite whispery, singy kind of like.
And I haven't
groups.
heard them in years.
Yeah.
I mean, they were the kind of that hot, like, Saddle Creek Records
Yes.
thing in the early 2000s.
And this is like a little bit creepier one.
Yep.
I think it fit in very well.
Kevin's track, very fitting band. In this list, for what it's worth, can be Dead or Alive. Joy Division, the song Atmosphere. It's a good track.
Oh,
absolutely.
It would just crush.
It would crush. It's a very creepy track, and Ian Curtis. The beginning of the song sounds like he's not singing in pitch whatsoever, but the music for this track is very, very fitting, just to like anything Lynch movie or Twin Peaks in general. So
I think Joy Division just fits well with
I agree.
Twin Peaks.
And I had New Order on my huge rough draft,
Yeah.
but I think Joy Division is probably the better and darker choice for this.
Yeah.
So my third track is Wave of Mutilation by the Pixies. However, it is called the UK Surf version.
Okay.
Which is a live version they did on the BBC.
Oh.
It's a much mellower, stripped down version, but among big Pixie fans, it's actually preferred.
Yeah.
The original version on the album Doolittle is kind of like this, loud, fast punk rock version. This is very clean channel guitar, acoustic guitar, and I think it's just a floor tom and snare.
Sure.
Very laid back, and I think the heavy use of tremolo guitar would probably fit
Oh,
the whole
yes.
Roadhouse vibe.
Bonus points for being specific, Noah.
Jordan, third track for you.
Third track for me is a song called Under the Milky Way by The Church. This is Okay, so I'll give you guys a little bit of how I went into looking for a few of these songs.
Okay.
Movie Donnie Darko, for some reason, reminds me a lot of Twin Peaks, kind of just like this darker humor, or not humor, darker content.
Yeah.
And I think just a lot of that soundtrack fits really well with kind of the vibe in Twin Peaks. And coincidentally enough, so there's a Joy Division song in the Donnie Darko soundtrack. This song, Under the Milky Way, is also on the Donnie Darko soundtrack. And Kevin and I in our rough draft both had entered the song The Killing Time, right, by Echo and the Bunnymen.
The Killing Moon.
The Killing Moon,
Yeah.
thank you, yeah. Which I just think, I mean,
It's a cool track.
Yeah,
and I didn't
it's-
even know it was actually a part of Donnie Darko's soundtrack.
So I mean, it's starts off kind of darker sounding, but gets into a little bit more upbeat as we start getting into the chorus and whatnot, and I think overall just fits really well in with the style.
yeah, and just a
yeah.
reminder, we will link this playlist if y'all got Apple Music. In case if you have Spotify, maybe you can find these songs. and
Hey,
put
I'll
on.
do that.
Cool.
I'll definitely do that. My
Your
next song
third
is
track.
by Waxahachie. It's called La Loose, and it's just I don't know. This one might be a little on the lighter side, but I
Yeah.
would still like to see it.
So how do you pronounce this band name?
Waxahachie.
I almost added a Waxahachie song.
Yeah?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
La Luz.
Yeah. She played this song on Improv for Humans. You guys ever hear that podcast?
I have not.
I'm not.
She played an acoustic version of it that was a lot slower, and that was actually like what I was thinking of. But
The
this
track
a great
is
song.
charming for sure.
Yeah.
It kind of starts off sounding like kind of countryish a little bit, not like,
Yeah.
but like kind of has that like Cactus Blossoms type vibe to
Sure.
it for like 2 seconds. But
Yeah.
Kevin's third track is by a band I haven't thought of in years, and I always remember them being a little more darker than this, but I can't say I was ever a super fan. But the group is the Black Heart Procession with the song called A Cry for Love. Definitely very fitting. I know Kevin also had, he didn't have 40 tracks like I did, but I think he had 10 to 12, and he did a good job narrowing it down here. I guess my fourth track is something that I would just love for it to happen, but it obviously won't because Kurt Cobain is dead. I would love to see Nirvana as the four-piece era with Pat Smear on second guitar play Scentless Apprentice.
Oh, boy.
The second track off In Utero, and it has my favorite drum beat of all time. I just think that era of Nirvana towards the end where they're just like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're recording with whoever they want. It was Steve Albini, and it's just big, it's loud.
The song made a great appearance in Lost.
Yeah, when Jack Shepard's all pilled out
Yeah.
and driving in his Jeep Wrangler.
They trolled us into thinking that this was a flashback to
Yeah.
the 90s.
Yeah,
but it
right.
was not.
I think if Nirvana was around today and Lynch, if Cobain was around and Lynch could have gotten them, because their stage setup during this era was really fucking dark. It was a lot of red theme to it as well.
Oh, yeah?
Washington.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they are a Seattle band, so it wouldn't be too hard to, pull them up to Twin
Sick.
Peaks. Just a few hour drives. Fourth track for you, Jordan.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of this guy and his band. He's kind of a local guy here. Prince and the Revolution.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think I'm
you guys
familiar.
heard him? Wow, okay, cool.
For sure,
The
for
song,
sure.
song "Darling Nikki." I just think I think that one is has those strings at the beginning or that synth string, whatever,
And the guitar
and-
swell,
Oh
yeah.
god, and it fits so well. And the double or not the double R, the Bang Bang, the Roadhouse, kind of was like a
First
like
Avenue
a Twin
type.
Peaks version of First Ave.
Oh,
you know,
right,
with
yeah.
all these artists coming in and whatnot, and it's smaller venue, but like for the city and whatnot, I think they get some pretty decent sized acts in there.
I love the choice because I imagine them playing this song with Prince not having a guitar in
Right.
hand and him just kind of strutting out to the middle
Oh,
of the audience
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
grinding up to like random fucking people.
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
And I just picture,
I don't picture them like as like adults now, like however
No,
old
no,
Prince
no.
was when
Yeah.
he died, but them in like 1985.
yeah, like from Purple Rain.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, I would have. This would have been great if this was in there. So.
Killer.
if Morris Day and Jerome were off to the side.
oh.
Just laughing, mocking Prince playing this song.
Would've
There was
been
like
amazing,
a
yeah.
Purple Rain Twin Peaks thing. Kaser.
My fourth song is Bon Jovi, It's My Life, and we don't need to say any more about that.
No, we don't. Because it's now or never. Kevin's fourth song is a track that I am so glad that he chose because I think Lynch uses a hell of a lot of oldies type.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that 50s sound. Kevin chose the Everly Brothers.
The Platters.
Huh?
The Platters was the song that was playing in the episode 8.
Like when it was when they were with the two kids.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I didn't know it was the Platters, but I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
there was
at all.
there's like a
episode 8 was the weird black and white episode.
yeah,
with
but
the-
there's a song that plays.
Oh, yeah.
It's called By the Platters.
Yes.
And it's sort of in this vein.
Kevin chose All I Have to Do Is Dream by the Everly Brothers, which is a great song.
This was fantastic. When I saw this on there, I mean, could it fit any more?
And some of us had, like, when we were texting each other ideas, it's like, oh, I've already got that in there.
Yeah.
Cool.
If they played the Roadhouse, people would be going fucking mental.
I agree.
It would be Mento.
Oh.
We kind of got the modern version of him with
Oi.
the Cactus
the
Blossom.
Blossom Boys.
Yep.
Noah, hit me with your number 5.
It is a very bizarre group. Butthole Surfers. The Lord is a Monkey.
Butthole Surfers.
Butthole Surfers, not Buffalo Surfers.
Butthole.
Bethel.
Butthole.
I don't know if I need to go too much into it, but if you're familiar with this band and Gibby Haynes, I think is the singer's name.
Okay.
They're just a really fucked up band, and I think a lot of people know them from this record, actually, of Electric Larryland and the song Pepper, which is probably their most
Right.
successful song.
Yeah.
But overall, they're one of the most oddball art rock bands of like the 80s.
Does
Yeah.
the beginning of the song, does this not sound like you're like about to enter the lodge, like with the electricity and whatnot?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's for sure what I went to right away, and like kind of why I thought you picked it almost. 'Cause
And visually, I picked it because of more in the Fire Walk With Me sense. I picture like the bang bang, like
right, yeah.
people doing cocaine, and mostly about like the women, Laura, Ronette,
Yeah,
Teresa
yeah,
Banks,
yeah.
etc. I just kind of visioned this song being played while they're all doing cocaine,
Sure.
and eating snacks.
And surfing buttholes.
Fifth song, Jordan.
J-Man.
So this is one I feel really confident about, specifically if it was played at the end of episode 8. It is the song "How Bizarre" by OMC.
OMC.
Wow.
Can you not? I mean, just picture this song being played in the Roadhouse after seeing episode 8. You'd be like, you know what? This episode's been so f***ed up that like, yeah, this makes sense. I understand.
I don't
Man,
think you have to
so
defend
fitting.
it.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't think you have to
defend
defend it.
Then I
Casey,
won't.
fifth choice.
My fifth choice is by my good dude Moby.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this song sounds like. I just picked the one that had the worst.
It's
the
it's
most.
a sample for what it's worth. The vocal of "Why Does My Heart Feel So Bad."
it was the song title that I thought was
Yeah.
like the dumbest song title.
It's-
Why does my heart feel
I
so
actually
bad?
listened to it in full
Question mark.
today.
Yeah.
It's not very good.
Okay.
because Moby's not very good.
Do you guys?
Yeah.
I think I sent this to Noah a couple weeks ago. Moby had like sampled Laura Palmer's theme in one of his songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad though.
Oh, it's not good.
Yeah.
But I heard it in the bathroom at work. They were playing it on the current, and I was like, hey. That sounds kind of familiar. And then it went into a Moby track, and I was like, God, just fuck my life.
Kevin's last track, and I'm glad he did this because I was gonna do something close to this. He chose the song "I Know" by David Lynch.
Oh.
And I think it would just be funny to see Gordon Cole on stage.
God.
Like David Lynch as Gordon Cole on stage with a band. Like if his band was Tammy Preston.
Is that out of the question?
Tammy and Albert on bass. Diane's just kind of a beast drummer. But this
would be
track is just
amazing.
David's music. I'm saying it like fucking I know him. David Lynch's music is so. I feel like I can always pinpoint like, oh, if I don't know who's,
Right.
like
Yeah,
if
it's
in the background, I'm like,
recognizable.
yeah, it's so
Yes.
recognizable. I was gonna choose a track by Krista Bell, who plays the lovely Tammy Preston.
Preston.
She did an album with David Lynch, and there's a really cool song called "Angel Star," which just sounds like something you would hear at the road, like
Okay.
true to form. But ultimately, I wanted to have Kevin, rock David
Right.
Lynch because I crack up thinking about Gordon Cole playing. And
Oh my God,
And
for sure.
when you hear Lynch sing, I just picture Gordon Cole with his white wavy hair,
Yeah.
his stained teeth,
Yeah.
and just him wearing in-ear monitors that look like his hearing aids.
Totally.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Incredible.
But he doesn't stand up. Like I picture him as the kind of guy that sits down to play.
Of course.
Yes.
Like a James
Totally.
Hurley.
But
Yeah.
anyway, that's our playlist.
Can I-
Hey, wait! Don't drink that coffee.
Why?
I'm not going to.
There was mail in the percolator.
Oh.
Guys. And do you have something to say, Jordan, quick?
No, I was
just gonna say you can at least if you'll hold up your end of the bargain, putting it on Spotify, on Apple Music, it is live from the RR Podcast Roadhouse wish list.
Yeah, give it a listen and tell us what you think.
Now that we're here, just really quick, I want to comment on our collective group effort in making this playlist. I thought we did a good job.
I think
the playlist like perfectly takes in that Twin Peaks vibe of dark and creepy
comedy
and a little and the comedy is kind of like eerie in it too, and like the wholesome of the Everly Brothers is also kind of eerily fitting in there as well, and I just think it really encompasses all those different emotions you have when you're watching Twin Peaks.
I think my homework will be to release my own separate one with the 4 hours that I need to.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say people better charge up their iPhones.
Yep.
Charge up your Bluetooth headphones if you're that cool
Plug
guy.
in that lightning port.
Because this is gonna take you about a day and a half to get through.
It's a 4 hour long playlist.
I mean, he's got.
But hey, if you're on a road trip searching for the zone, my playlist would tear it up.
Speaking of the zone, we got some mail in the percolator.
I know. I'm so sorry. Who do we have mail from?
You might know him as the other guy on the show, Kevin.
Kevin?
I've never met Kevin because I'm only here when he's not here.
True.
I actually have met him, so.
Kevin writes us, he says, Ep 15 thoughts. He goes, hey guys, Kevin here.
Hey, Kevin.
Coming to you from the zone. It's Briggs Head cloudy and a chance of rain here.
Wow.
Boy, that sure was some episode, wasn't it? We got a little everything. Please read these thoughts and assorted musings of mine out loud on the podcast program that you're recording live at the Double R. Is there any other Twin Peaks podcast that is live from the Double R?
No,
I don't think so.
Think so.
So he's got a few bullet points here. Norma and Ed finally together. I cried. Otis Redding. Tight.
We could have found out who did the song immediately.
Yeah.
Just by reading his email.
Mark Frost was the guy walking his dog.
Jon Snow.
Tight.
Otherwise known as Jon Snow.
Exactly. Philip Jeffries as a water softener / tea kettle. Tight. Actually, he was probably the mist smoke, but Tevs.
That's whatevs.
Log lady scene. Tight, but sad. Garland Briggs. Oh, is Judy a code name for Garland Briggs?
Oh.
That's interesting. Convenience store scene was so tight and so scary. Last bullet point, tight up.
It was.
He goes on to say, okay, guys, that's all for me. I'll see you when I get back from the zone. Hopefully I'll still have a head and don't become woodsman. Drink full and descend.
I hope
Kevin.
Kevin makes it back.
Me too.
So, just off of that, what do you guys think he thought of this episode?
I think he thought it was pretty tight.
Yeah,
I think
would
he
feel
thinks it's
comfortable with
tight.
that, yeah.
Like,
No, I think he thinks it's
pretty tight.
It's tight.
Pretty tight.
Yeah. We should wrap up soon, but we should fly through the rest
Yeah,
of
we'll
what
do
we
that.
got for the
So
ep.
we have some few crucial things here. Roger and Duncan Todd murdered.
Murdered by Chantal.
Yep. LOL graphics in my note. As in
The graphics looked weird.
the graphics when they got shot.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
when Todd
Yeah.
got shot in the
Yes.
head. That was pretty funny.
Chantel.
Chantel wants extra ketchup for what it's worth. James and Freddie are arrested. Hawk
Yeah.
informs them that the other guys are in ICU.
When they got arrested and Bobby Briggs was putting them in the cell, specifically James Hurley, were you not half expecting Bobby Briggs to start barking at him when he's in the jail?
That was pretty funny. I didn't really even think about that they go way back.
Yeah.
And they've been at that cell in that jail before together.
One thing that Chad yells out loud, he says, "What did that glove freak do now?"
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No shit.
So as if the dude's gotten in trouble before.
yeah.
Freddie.
Right eye.
We cut to a scene with Hutch and Chantel in the van eating some shitty looking burgers.
Man, they're talking about the world.
Yep, they said, thou shall kill.
Yeah.
Fuck them in the ass.
Yeah.
Is their motto.
And they love each other.
They do love each other, and we kind of find out here that that Hutch is a true
Cuck.
He's a cuck. Because we were always curious about the relationship between those two, and we find out that they are a married couple. And Cooper also bangs Chantel, though.
Yeah.
So he likes to watch.
He likes to watch.
He likes to watch her give him a wet one and then hand him a bag of Cheetos.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I
These
guess
two
so.
are just the junk food king and queen.
Yeah, what the hell? I don't want to blow through this point, but because this is one of the
is
biggest
important.
things. Dougie and his chocolate cake.
Oh my God.
That chocolate cake, it looked like on a scale to 1 to elite,
Primo.
looked fucking elite.
Yes.
God damn, I just really wanted some really kind of wet and dry looking chocolate cake
Yeah.
there
I want like dessert given to me every night.
right now.
Yes.
Moist.
So he's just kind of like poking at stuff. He turns the TV on accidentally. Movie
After a
comes
few
on.
tries,
Yes.
we see him watch Sunset Boulevard.
Ah, yes.
Is the name of the program.
Real program?
Real program.
Okay.
Real program.
Get me Gordon Cole. Triggered.
Triggered.
That triggered little snowflake.
Yeah. We have a triggered Dougie Jones.
Yep. He goes into concentration mode. His vision sort of pans over to the outlet.
Where it's buzzing.
Yep. And he's tractor beam. He's got to check it out.
That was good.
He hops over there
Sorry.
with his utensil,
His fork.
his fork. He's trying to poke at it.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Spins it around. And he gets right in there.
So he's clearly like getting back some like brain power because I feel like when he first came out of the whatever the lodge or
Yeah.
wherever he was,
The purple room.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
room.
When he first came out, I mean, the dude didn't like barely knew how to like walk or get up or anything, and now he's eating cake and turning on the TV after a few tries. But like he sees something that like freaked him out, and he like tried to like hit the remote a few
Yeah, he's
times.
doing better.
And then he figured out when he's trying
To pause the TV
right,
too.
right, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, he
Well,
pauses
that's
the
what he
TV
does, yeah.
after.
Oh, that's right,
They say
'cause there's a-
get me Gordon Cole, and his eyes explode
Yeah.
pretty much, and he pauses the television.
And then also when he's trying to poke the fork in the outlet, like he understands. He's like, "Oh, this side will work."
he also crawls to it pretty quickly.
yeah,
And I
Yeah.
think in this part here, if you remember, the one-armed man said, I mean, many moons ago, you need to wake up, or you must wake up.
Yeah.
You must wake
Yes.
up.
you
Must
Yeah.
wake up.
Yep.
That was just not
Yeah.
backwards.
that was close. I
No.
like that, Casey. What you just did
Yeah.
there.
I added now.
Oh,
I added some urgency
Now.
to the line.
yeah, that was good.
So I think he knows this is the way to wake up.
Yeah.
Is to shock the hell out of himself.
Do you think he's gonna next? We're gonna see him fully come
I think
to life, or did he?
I think we have 3
transport?
hours. No, I don't think he transported because they showed him getting shocked and he just
Yeah.
fell to the ground
Oh,
with a
okay.
Janie scream and
Yeah. And
Sonny
Sonny
Jim
Jim asking
saying-
what's going on.
yeah. So real quick, because I really don't want to blow through this part
Yeah.
here, but I read an interesting theory online on Reddit specifically. It was a very good post that all this, the Dougie, the fat one that got taken away, Sonny Jim and Janie E are perhaps not just manufactured, but like an alternate reality. We know that Diane's half sister is someone named Jane E.
Yes.
People are theorizing now that Jane E and her son are actually the methed out lady yelling 119, and that's her son peeking through the window and like going across the street.
Right.
This is sort of something that Lynch has done before, especially in Mulholland Drive, where you don't really know what is reality and what isn't.
Sure.
It's funny because Naomi Watts is one of the main characters of that movie too. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing to think about, that perhaps the 119 lady is actually, and that's the reason why that Diane doesn't talk to her, because she's such a fucking junkie,
Yeah.
drug addict, and just like a fuck up.
Yeah.
Not because of, I don't talk to her because I'm jealous of her lavish lifestyle with Douglas Jones. and
Yeah.
living in a nice place and
Oh wow.
So who is the Dougie Jones then? Is
the Dougie Jones was the guy, like the fat dude who was manufactured, but like constantly cheating on his wife with hookers and going out and drinking. And
Sure.
so Meth Lady was
Perhaps,
married to Dougie Jones?
yeah,
I'm doing
perhaps
air
she's
quotes here,
Janie
yeah.
E.
Okay.
That's just
Interesting.
a theory
Yeah,
that I
that's a
read.
theory. That's-
I thought that was cool.
That's definitely valid.
But this is where we get a little in the episode here. We get kind of some some sad stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
We get the last conversation
The
with,
last one.
with Log Lady.
She calls Hawk up late at night again.
Hawk.
Nice.
It was just that was good. It was weird. It was also I was watching it with 3 other people, but
Yeah.
when she says I'm dying, and you know this is gonna be the last time you ever see this person on
Yeah.
screen.
And to think about the actress saying that
That's what
when
I'm
she's
saying.
dying in real life.
Yeah.
Man.
It's the button that's blinking. Death is not the end. It's a change.
It's a change.
It's a change, not the end.
Yep.
Just
And
a lot
Hawk
of
knows this.
Yep. There's some fear in letting go, which is the episode title. And she says that. Watch for that one. Under the moon at Blue Pine Mountain. Kind of wonder what all that means. Everything.
I kind of wonder that too.
I don't know. Hawk knows what everything means, though, apparently.
Yep.
Have you guys ever thought about this? So Log Lady, Margaret, she knows what's up. Like she kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Her log is turning to gold.
Right. Yeah, obviously. And isn't it weird to think that like you could figure out like all the shit going on, like all the characters like could like know what up if like Log Lady just was like not speaking through her log. And she's like, yeah, let me lay it out for you guys. I can do this in 5 minutes.
I'll write you an email.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, granted, there wouldn't be a Twin Peaks then. There
Yeah.
wouldn't be a show.
Log Lady's the type of person I don't ever envision writing an email, though. Like, she still has those landline phones. and-
Yeah.
Do you think she would have to put down the log then, right? Can she put down that log, or is it like, what would happen if she put down the log?
I don't know.
Maybe that's how she dies.
I'm sure she has to put it down sometimes. She can't like.
I mean, she'll eat her bear claw without the log in the hand.
Yep.
Remember, she loves that bear claw.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Could go for a bear claw right now.
Oh, so could I.
Bear
But we're
claw.
almost done with this episode.
Hell yeah.
So the log is turning gold. The wind is moaning. Margaret Lanterman has passed away. The scene where Hawk informs them. Number one, Truman just looking at fish on his laptop. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But there was just something so sad when Hawk is the one to inform, and like the old school crew
Yeah.
of
Yep.
Andy and Lucy, and then Bobby
Yep.
and Frank of her passing.
Yeah.
It was weird, being in a room with 3 other people. I kind of felt like I need to be like the strong guy.
Yeah,
but I was
yeah.
like, damn,
It
it
was-
was kind of
Damn,
sad,
yeah,
man.
you wept like a baby.
For sure.
Yeah, I sure did.
It was kind of symbolic. Like I think of not just, I should know this, the person who plays Margaret or the log lady.
Catherine Coulson
Okay.
is her name.
Kind of symbolic of maybe not only her passing, but maybe a tribute to her as well as the other characters out there that have passed from Twin Peaks as well, and maybe giving us a moment to appreciate the work that she and Miguel Ferrer and
Bowie,
and Bowie,
the guy who
and
played Major Briggs.
and,
Yeah,
I mean,
It seems clear that
Don Davis.
it's important to Frost and Lynch to pay.
and I kind of wonder if
respects
they'll
to
have.
everybody.
I kind of wonder if they'll have like a town like funeral scene.
do you know what
Oh,
I
yeah.
liked at the end of this? At the end
What?
of the
What did
credits,
you like?
it said in memory of Margaret.
Oh,
Margaret
that's
Land,
nice.
Yeah.
by her
Yeah.
character's name.
Yeah.
But that was really sad because that's kind of an end of an era right there. I mean, we got a lot
Totally.
of legacy characters. We had the highs of Norma, and Big Ed,
Big Ed.
and the lows of Margaret
Of Margaret.
passing away.
Was that how the show ended?
No, we have just a few things we can kind of quickly go over.
Sure.
Audrey, she's waiting for the phone, tired of waiting for the phone to ring. Billy hated the Roadhouse. Audrey then just chokes the shit out of Charlie.
What did she say again? Something about
I
like,
fucking hate you.
Yeah, I fucking hate your guts.
Yep. And off comes the
fucking
coat.
I hate this.
It's brutal. It's yeah.
So
I feel
am I
like-
the only one that thinks she's in a coma and this
No.
Charlie guy is like part of her
There's-
brain?
Yeah, I there's clearly something going on. There's going to be some sort of like relief to this, but I just don't care.
I just love when she says, "I like Billy better," and Charlie just responds, "Sensational."
That's good. That was great. Actually, he was kind of doing a good job.
Yeah, he
doing
might
this.
be like a sneaky MVP.
Yeah.
Do we know what his deal is?
We don't.
As far as like,
All
No,
I
no,
know
I'm
is that
saying-
he's got a lot to do and he's sleepy. It's
and
getting late
he
and he's
does.
sleepy.
He has a lot of paperwork to do. I'm talking like real life body type thing because when he was sitting down, I thought he was a little.
I
I guess he's like
I've seen
5'7"
him.
or something.
well, he's clearly not short.
Yeah.
I've seen that dude in I can't
can't
place it
think,
now,
yeah.
but I've seen that dude in some shit.
But to answer your question, I do agree with you. I think there's some subconscious thing going on
Yeah.
here because she would like the fact that she can't like leave, walk out the door, like that's got to mean something.
Yeah, and I keep going back to that line I think it was in the first scene when he's like, "Do I need to end your story too?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's-
you need to die.
Yeah, there's something
I guess I don't remember that.
ultra strange going on here.
It really was strange, and
I'm-
it wasn't a very long scene, but we just see more frustration.
I'm growing sleepy of it.
Yeah. Well, we only have 3 hours left, so I think something's about to.
It's just 3 hours of them two arguing.
Hey, that's true,
It'd be
man.
great if that's how the show
man.
ended.
Yeah.
So we have the final scene. The young girl at the booth waiting for someone, and two guys just promptly just pick her up and drop her on the place her gently
Place
down.
her,
But they
she
want that
starts
booth.
crawling through.
Her name is Ruby.
Okay.
Ruby.
I recognize her from some comedies and stuff like that. She's sort of like a
House, I
comedic
believe.
actress.
House.
The show House.
It's some medical type show that she was
Oh.
on. I want to say.
She was in the 40-year-old. No, she was in Knocked Up
Okay.
Was she?
for sure.
Okay.
She's in some shit. She runs with that crew, I think.
I could see that.
Yeah.
She did look familiar. She also looked like she could be like 14. So
Yeah.
She is 31 years old. Yeah.
must be nice.
Yeah. Or no, she's like somewhere between 29 and 32. I
Well,
can't
what is
remember.
it? Which one is it?
I'm going to go with 31.
Okay.
Like she's my age.
Let's be confident.
I loved what happened though. She started crawling through the legs of the crowd and just started screaming.
Yep.
It was great.
It's funny because the band that was playing this episode was one that a friend of mine recommended for a Roadhouse
Really?
wish list.
Really?
Yeah. Oh God! why can't I?
I
It's the one
didn't-
thing I didn't write down.
I
of a
did not
bitch
love the
and
dude singing with his hat and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
the beat of the song
Yeah.
was incredible.
It was tight. It was tight. So to wrap up the episode, I have a couple fun facts.
Okay.
They're really just two.
Hit me.
Two
Excited
things.
to have some fun.
I want to know if you know this. Did you know that Braxford is the last name for Deputy Chad?
Deputy Chad Braxford.
You know
I
what's
didn't know that.
You know what's
Nope.
annoying about that is you take away the character of Chad and just take his name. You hear a guy named Chad Braxford. Like, don't you picture like a guy that lives like Chadley Braxford lives? He's like a English family, like
Chadley?
royal type.
Sure.
He sells tea.
Yeah, my name's Charlie Braxford. I don't know what accent I'm doing.
Braxford.
I don't know
They're
either.
trying to keep him
He's
the
a tease.
regal, elegant accent.
I had it in here. The
What else you
MC was J.R. Star.
JR Star.
Junior star.
How about, did you watch the end of the credits?
Nope.
Well, there was something there.
What happened at the end of the credits?
Nothing really, but the terrifying woman who let Cooper in the hotel room, she's standing there when all the credits roll up,
Yeah.
when they're all done. The character's name, Bosomy Woman.
Bosomy.
Bosomy, B-O-S-O-M-Y Woman.
Huh. What is she doing at the end? What do you see? Is she just look scary? And
So
stuff?
the ending credits are like over like the hotel parking lot, and you have all the white lettering and all the credits and the
Yep.
names, blah blah blah. And when they're all done, it just you see her in the background like staring
Oh.
at you,
Kind
That
of like The
was
Ring.
Fucking
kind
scary.
of like The Ring
I never saw it.
or like The Room.
The Room, as in like
Tommy was so.
I did not hit her.
I did not. It's bullshit.
I did not.
That's the episode though, gang.
That's it.
That's it.
Episode 15.
Yeah,
Y'all?
Screen.
Oh, man. And we did it. We set out to recap this episode, and we did it.
Yeah, you like this? You like this? Look at all.
You like
these
what
notes.
I'm holding here?
I Instagrammed the notes. And it was only just the first page. I
Hey,
have a lot of
check us
pages
out
and
on
a half.
Instagram at Live from the Double R.
Is
Live
that,
from the RR
was there any underscores in
podcast,
that?
maybe. Oh, yeah, probably. Just like look it up.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening, everybody, and write us in. Listen to our our playlist.
Do you guys
You
like
know
the
what?
episode?
Did I?
Yeah.
Live
Did you guys-
underscore
Oh,
from
it was-
the underscore. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt, guys.
No,
Live
good.
underscore from underscore the underscore RR.
That's it.
That's our Insta.
That's our Insta. Hit us up. Slide into our DMs.
So did
I liked
you guys like this episode?
Yeah, I liked it. I wasn't overjoyed by it, but I
Sure.
liked
It was a good episode, but it wasn't the best. I thought it had the most emotional type.
Yeah,
things
it was
happening.
Highs and lows, maybe.
Highs and lows.
Definitely
Yeah.
struck some chords there.
Yeah.
But as far as as I always say, the puzzle pieces forming and being put into place, we kind of we're moving along.
I think
a
we're
little bit.
gearing up for a solid, maybe not even next episode. I could see like us not seeing Dougie Jones next episode at all, like any, outcome from him getting shocked. But like,
Yeah.
I think the last 2 episodes, because they're airing on the same day, correct?
Yep.
They're airing back to back.
Correct.
I think that's going to be solid. I think that's going to be one that you're going to be like, yeah,
We only
this
have
was good.
2 more times. So next week, and then we had to do the big family.
The big family.
Yeah, we'll have to get a bigger booth.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll have to put some tables.
Get
I
the
was going to say
table
put some
chairs
tables
together,
together, but none of these really move around.
We'll have to maybe do like a GoFundMe so everyone can fund our. Because I'm tired of paying for your rotisserie chickens.
True. Speaking of those, I've eaten the entire rotisserie chick.
You did.
I've eaten it all. Yes.
You've eaten it all.
Yes.
Did you? Okay. Last week you took home 2 or 3 rotisserie chickens.
Yeah.
Did you?
I
eat
have
all-
them for lunches.
Okay. Like
Yeah,
every
eat
day
them
in a
all.
row.
I don't waste them if that's what you're asking.
Like,
no.
do you eat it in one sitting?
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you have a problem with that?
No, I'm jealous, man.
Do you like a
on.
rotisserie chicken pot pie?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is that kind of like on the go?
That's an on the go. Yeah, if I'm in a hurry, I'll just whip together a quick chicken pot pie and take it with me.
Rotisserie chicken.
Rotisserie chicken pot
Are you
pie.
taking
Of course.
taking chickens home this week?
Of course.
How many this week?
3.
Okay.
3 do me. I experimented with 4. Experimented with 2. 3 is the perfect number.
3 is a perfect number.
Yes. Well, you guys, another episode in the books. Unfortunately, we have to wrap up.
Yeah, I gotta
know.
get out of here.
You know what I mean?
Fortunate.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I
I want to give a huge thanks to Jordan.
This is what I'll
for
say.
filling
is
in again.
I think maybe
Yeah.
the last time you guys heard me, I was saying something about taking over this podcast. I'm just
Yeah.
glad you guys let me back. Like, because I was a joke. I was joking when I
Yeah.
said that. But I'm happy to be back.
Anytime, bro.
Yeah,
the
we need
people
you
love
back.
you. The people need you
Yeah.
back.
Also,
we didn't
I saw
actually
the
want you back.
the numbers. You showed me the numbers.
Yeah.
You
We were
better
forced.
think. Our advertisers are not going to be happy.
We
You know
need
what
a huge episode with Kevin next week.
Yes, huge,
I mean? Huge.
mate. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for us
Yeah.
here. We'll see you
I gotta
next
get
week.
outta here.
Gotta get out of here. All right.
Don't-
Bye bye.